What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone for another daily video. It's not Justin, it's me today. We're gonna talk about, as you can see the title of the show, Di Maria an extra year. That's the news, or I made it the news of today. But before we get into it, please like the video. Like we keep saying it, it's helping us out. It's also helping you out, and we will explain why to you in the future. But please like the video. It only takes 1 second. Subscribe and hit that bell notification. And then, yeah, let's get into the news. And before we get to the Di Maria part of the news, let me get it. We're going to talk about what Paredes said in his presser and why it's relevant to Di Maria. And why it also could be key, what he said in terms of Di Maria's future. We're gonna discuss that. So we're gonna start off with some things he said. First, a general thing. He was asked what he could give to the team and why he basically came back to Italy. Basically, he said, "I want to give the team my best and everything they will need. I did everything to come here to return to Italy." He said, "Too early to say what has changed. Certainly, I have changed. I've matured so much as a player and as a man," which makes sense. You got older as a player. Like you should mature. the more games you play, you get more experience and all those things. What he can give to the team, basically, and I'll add the second part to it. He was asked about Allegri and his instructions, basically, and he said, "I came to a great team. I'm happy to be here. I hope to contribute. The coach asked me to play vertically." Now, that vertically part, we can hear a lot. Even Allegri says that. I think everybody saw some of the clips going on Twitter of him on the touchline, on the sideline, basically screaming, "Play that ball quicker, faster, vertically." And everybody is confused because, everybody assumes that's not Allegri's style, which I disagree. I think that's every coach's style, to play that ball vertically instead of keep playing it sideways. Then why it doesn't happen is like a different argument, like a different topic of discussion. But the Paredes one, that playing vertically, I think was very clear in that PSG game. And first half, second half. That's not all on Paredes playing vertically. He can play that vertical pass in the first half, but I will bet you he will lose 7 out of the 10 passes he makes vertically. He's going to lose, or it's going to end up in something horrendous. Because to play a ball, to play a pass vertically, there should be movement. There should be movement. If everybody is stationary, if everything is on one line at some point, it's very hard to play vertically. You can try it, you can give it a go. It will be like a 3-4 meters pass, or he's gonna get intercepted because he's forcing the ball to someone who is really not open. But you know what? It is what it is. He needs to do it. Like, that's the situation you create. So we can sit here and say, "Oh, Locatelli doesn't do that," or "Arthur didn't do that." All those things, fine. But like, if players up front, or even the wingers will overlap, whatever, if they are very stationary, don't make the movements, you're in big trouble as a regista, or even as just a regular midfielder, number 8, 6, whatever. You're in trouble because you need movement off the ball to basically make that pass. Otherwise, it's going to be very simple. It's going to be most of the time sideways, and a few meters, but like a 1-2 meters pass forward for me is sideways. Like, that's not the way to go. In the second half, we kind of flipped that a little bit. We tried to use the wings. Milik dropped in. Therefore, Vlahovic had a little bit more space. You can play those balls. And he can play those balls. He can do it. We knew he can do it. That's why Allegri wanted him into the team. I think he did very well against PSG. I think he will do better with every basically game, minute, whatever day passing when he gets to know the team. Like, he's only been here for a week now. Against Fiorentina, like, he arrived and he played and you can see it was a bit off, which is normal. But I think he will help us out in that regard because he can do it. I think he can do it consistently, and on top of that, he's very, should I say, aggressive? Like he loves to get into it, which I do like. He's not scared to put in like the basic thing, like put in a shift, a tackle, go into it like a duel. I like that. Besides that, I think he's very technically very good on the ball. But that's that basically. Then he moved on about the team in general, and we will get to the Di Maria part. He was asked about PSG. He said, against PSG, we showed that we can compete with everyone. We need to continue to improve in order to collect positive results. And he also added to it, because he was asked about, what does that PSG thing result actually means. He said you can always improve. Even when things are going well, you can improve. Now we think about the next game. You want to win. Then he was asked about the World Cup. He said, I'll think about it in the appropriate time. Now I'm thinking about Juve, which is a weird question anyway, but whatever. That PSG game and improving, like that word improving, we have heard so many times over the last 1 year and a half. Like after every bad result, they say, we're going to learn from it. You still need to improve. It's like the time is up, basically. Like there's actually no time to learn, to improve. Like it needs to happen now. Like that's just the reality. And I know there are a lot of new players. We were missing players. It's not easy to build something, but even when everyone is fit, even last season we didn't have a style, and I keep saying it. I think that's the issue. You will only improve if you have a certain style. Everybody knows what he needs to do, and if somebody goes out, player B can come in. Quality wise, it will not look the same, but idea wise, stylistically, it will look the same. And I bet you, going into that direction, you will pick up more positive results just based on everybody knows his job. Now, when someone goes down, everything changes. He moves to the wing position. No, he goes back to the right back. He's gonna play on the number 8. Not today. He's coming in. We change so many players. Like it's impossible to create a cohesion one team basically setup, because on Sunday we play, and going off the rumors, he's gonna change a lot again, like formation wise, personnel wise, and I'm like, it's very hard to build something sustainable in my opinion in that way. And you need to rest players. Like if you keep rotating 4 or 5 players every game, I think it's very difficult. I think he needs to pick one team, he needs to stick with it, and needs to go with it, force that idea into that team, and then you can make subs. I'm not saying play that team 10 games in a row, but like give him a good run. And I know injuries, like Pogba's not coming back and Chiesa's not coming back anytime soon. So it is what it is. He needs to deal with it. That's the reality. He needs to get over it. I'm not going to keep that I'm not going to use that as an excuse for not beating Sampdoria away from home. Like I'm not going to do that, or Roma, with all due respect, at home. I'm not going to say, but we don't have Chiesa and Pogba. I don't care. You should beat those teams even without those 2 players. Like it is what it is. We didn't have Pogba last season also. So get over with it. It's done. You need to beat those teams. That's all I'm saying. I'm not using that as an excuse. Now, let's move on to basically the title of the show. It's not a clickbait. Maybe people will say it's a clickbait, but I don't think it's a clickbait. And that's a Di Maria quote from Paredes. Everybody knows they're very close. Their kids, wives, everything is very close. He was asked about it. He said, from the moment I heard Di Maria would end up at Juve, we started talking. I did everything to join. And then he also said, I've already told Di Maria twice that he must stay another year, and I hope to convince him. Now, that was a big topic of the season, or like the off-season. Di Maria's not joining because he only wants 1, and Juve won 1+1, to take advantage of the decree law, all those things, blah, blah, blah. Everybody knows the story. Now, I said, I do believe the chances are, I'm going to say, rather higher than lower, that I think he's going to add an extra year to his contract. And I said, just for the fact that I think he can, he's still a very good player, and he can still do that 1 more year and then go back to Argentina. That was just my opinion. The Paredes thing kind of, strengthens that, in my opinion, in terms of that could be a reason. I'm not gonna say he's gonna stay because Paredes, his body is here. Like they can still buddy up in free time. I don't know, but it's an added thing. The other added thing is, or value, is his wife. Like that she was the reason Di Maria was doubting, should I go back to Argentina or should I do another year in Europe? Well, apparently his wife loves it in Torino. I think no, that's not a shock, you know. I understand why he didn't like Manchester with all due respect, but like it's different cities, different lifestyle. It's very cozy in Torino. You have everything you want, but it's not crowded big time. Like it's very cozy. It's actually lovely to live there. I would think, been there multiple times. It's very lovely to be there. So that could be a reason. Do I want him for another year? It depends on who we bring in next season, because we need to bring someone in. Because at this moment in time, we're forcing Cuadrado in that position because Di Maria is out and Cuadrado is thinking out to join, which makes me think not how bad, but how not ready is Sule actually. Because we've seen him a few times and I do believe he's not ready, you know, to cement his starting position like Miretti. But when you see Cuadrado stinking it out, like let's be honest, and Sule not getting any minutes beside that first game of the season, it makes you wonder a little bit also for the future, because Cuadrado's end of the contract, I don't think they're going to renew, and maybe they're going to offer him something very low. I don't think he's going to accept. And I think we shouldn't offer him anything, like it's done. But like Sule, apparently, like they did a big presser, all those things, but like I'm not getting the feeling at the moment that he is the next man up. So it depends on Di Maria. Who are we going to bring in next summer? Basically, it all depends. It's very early, but the Paredes thing could be like an added value in terms of he's going to stay for another year or he's gone at the end of the year. It depends. We will see how that will develop. But yeah, that's basically the news. But before I wrap it up, I have an announcement. The bianconerizone.com is back up and running. So the site, we are looking for editors or like people who just love to write and want a platform. If you want to, you know, become a writer for the Bianconerizone, like just write match reports, opinions, like articles, whatever, hit me up on Twitter or the main account on Twitter, and we can discuss that. And that's it. You know, if you haven't liked the video, please like the video, subscribe to the channel. We will be back with a podcast tomorrow or today, depending on when you're watching it. A live match preview. We will have a watch along on Sunday and all the, you know, post-match things going on. And then next week we're back again, busy. Champions League, Benfica, big game, must-win game. So yeah, games are coming thick and fast now before international break. If you want to, you know, keep up with the news, like I said, subscribe, hit that bell notification, and we will see you back tomorrow. Ciao, guys.